What is this? I feel... Wow. I feel good. Howdy y'all, HOWDY3X here. Today we are platinuming Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Now, this game was an absolute blast. This game was amazing. The cinematography and the graphics and the story were just spectacular, and I myself ultimately had the best time playing this game. And unless you've been living under a rock, everyone knows what this game is. This takes place after the events of both the first Spider-Man game as well as Miles Morales' own game, and this story is just phenomenal. It's just as emotional as the first one, if not more emotional at times, so this is going to be a great run. And for that reason, especially with it being so new, I'm not going to focus on any of the story mode trophies. However, I will be focusing on the other trophies for this run, so there are no main story spoilers, and if I feel a spoiler may be present, I'll put a timestamp or just let y'all know. That way you can avoid that spoiler so I don't ruin the game for y'all. Views are great, but I'm not trying to ruin the game for anybody. With all that said, there are 42 trophies including the Platinum Trophy, and to get these trophies there are 3 things. You have to play the story, you have to 100% complete all of the New York City districts, and then of course miscellaneous trophies. Now for the story there are 9, so I'll just speed run through those. And here's some cliff notes I'll tell you. Pete and Miles both have that dog in them. They pull the Dark Knight with MJ. Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck? And the story is just freaking phenomenal. So with those out of the way, we're gonna focus on 100% completion of all the districts as well as the miscellaneous trophies, and I'm done talking. So without further ado, let's get right into it, y'all. Starting off with 100% completion of all the districts, there are 15 trophies to acquire, and to get these trophies you just have to finish the side missions as well as the collectibles missions as either Pete or Miles. However, there are 4 missions where you have to play as Miles and 2 missions where you have to play as Pete. Starting off with the Miles related side missions, I'm going to focus on the Mysteriums first. Now, Mysteriums are simulations that were created by Quentin Beck, formerly known as Mysterio. I say formerly because he's trying to reform himself back into society and meant for these simulations to bring joy and not harm. However, Quentin Beck relays to Miles that there's a virus going on that is causing New York civilians to be stuck inside the simulation and essentially hostages. Now, the reason why it's Miles and not Pete is shown in the story, but I'm not going to get into that. However, we decide to help Quentin Beck out, and once we get into the first one, we realize that there is a copycat Mysterio who's pulling the strings of the virus.
Spider-Man, here to play hero.
So, with this newfound information, we go to each Mysterium, complete this copycat Mysterio's challenges, and learn more data about what is going on with these Mysteriums and how this virus works. Once we clear out the last one, Quentin Beck's assistant calls us and relays that he is going off on the deep end and we need to go check on him and see what's going on with this dude. So we go to Coney Island, and lo and behold, it turns out that Quentin Beck has been Mysterio this whole time, and he wants that smoke.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
So he thrusts us into an illusion, and just like with Far From Home, it blows my mind that an illusion can do this to Spider-Man, but like in the best way possible. I think it's cool because obviously he's not in a snow globe, but it's such a freaking cool boss battle, man. And yeah, of course, we make light work of Mysterio. However, after we make light work of him, it turns out that his assistant who called us and her co-worker were the ones pulling the strings this whole time and had him as a hostage. So we end up saving Quentin Beck, not Mysterio, and we hand the 2 employees over to the police, and we have a good talk with Quentin Beck about what life is like without the mask. It's not always black and white, it's a bit of gray. After that, we get this trophy right here.
Mysterio will always be a villain, just as Spider-Man will always be a hero. It's when you start looking at the people behind the masks that things get messy.
Damn.
Good luck, man.
Behind the mask. Let's go, baby. Now for the next Miles related side mission, we have to collect Prowler Tech. That's correct, we have to collect tech for Uncle Aaron. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. We just have to help him out because he's on parole and he honestly just wants to tech off the streets, and he knows he don't want no smoke from us. We beat his ass in our own game, so he don't want no smoke anyways. But yeah, he seems like he's changed. He just wants to tech off the streets, and to be able to do this, he gives us a bit of his code to be able to access his old tech stashes. And as further protection, we just have to solve puzzles to be able to access them. Once we access the first one, he tells us there's a bunch more. So after we collect all of them, we are able to bring it back to him. However, once we get all the tech, since we have a bit of Prowler code in our system, we can detect that there's a new suit being made, and it kind of worries Miles. So he goes to his Uncle Aaron's place, and turns out there's a hideout there and everything, with a schematic of his own apartment building that he and his mom live in. And once he gets to the apartment, it looks like it's getting emptied out. So he's worried that his Uncle Aaron is just stealing from them, and he actually hears him upstairs. So he goes to confront him, and that suit that we had detected turns out is a suit that he made for us. And the reason he's in that apartment complex upstairs even is that his mom helped him co-sign a lease. And we have this touching moment right here, and I get to touch this trophy.
Okay, what's going on here?
When you started helping out your uncle, I was inspired. Despite all the things he did, you forgave him. So I decided to do the same and help him out by co-signing the lease on this apartment.
Thanks again, Rio.
It'll be nice to have family close by again.
Meant what I said. Prowler's in the rearview mirror. I want us to have a future together. Be a family. I also said I'd find a way to thank you, didn't I?
Aw.
What is it?
Some tech I was prototyping before I got caught up with Roxxon. Could come in handy.
Well, damn, wish I would have done this sooner.
Guess Uncle Aaron really is making room for the future. One floor up. Can't wait to try this tech out.
Sure. Co-signing. Nice. For the next side mission as Miles, we are actually assisting his mother out this time. As you may recall from his own game, Mrs. Morales is now a councilwoman, and she's very big on her community. Since she's big on her community, we are raising a fundraiser to spread awareness for the community, as well as keep the Cultural Arts Museum open for all to enjoy, since it is such a big part of their community. The only problem is, a bunch of artifacts were stolen from the Cultural Arts Museum, and because of this, the big donor who was going to help keep it open as well as fund the fundraiser decided to withdraw and not put funds in because of a lack of security. So Miles decides to suit up and go looking for those artifacts. Although he's not able to find them, he does find out that one was missing on the route to the big boss. And after we take down some perps, we are able to steal the phone of one of them and pretend that we are that perp. And we decide to tell him that we have the missing item, but of course we don't. So we decide to meet up with him on a rooftop, and lo and behold, of course, it's the big donor who is the big bad boss.
Oh, shiver my timbers!
So we take down the thugs that he had hired to steal all these artifacts because he doesn't want to get his own hands dirty. But of course, since he's the one who put it all together, we take him down too. The police take him away and the thugs away, and we have a great fundraiser. We have a great time at the Cultural Arts Museum. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is the music that is playing at the museum actually. I could be mistaken. It just doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a bunch of static. So if it sounds weird, I think it's just my system. But after all this, we get this trophy.
Angela told me the museum has a record number of new memberships.
Seriously?
We're gonna be okay.
Couldn't have done it without you, Ma.
Now hear me out. What if we really teamed up on the next one? I can get my own suit.
Ma!
Maybe. Algo con brillo.
Ma, stop. Stop it. Get out of here. Dance with me. Show me how to salsa.
My community. Now, the last Miles related side mission has to do with his school, Brooklyn Vision Academy, and for this one, it actually prompts during the story. However, I'm not going to go in the first one, of course. So the 3 remaining ones are pretty simple. You have to save a mascot from the rival school, assist with a homecoming proposal, and then you're also assisting someone with a drone shot of the school that they can use as a recruitment video for their club. And pretty simple, pretty quick, and after you do all this, the students are very thankful. So after you do all this, they decide to make a suit for us, and it's a pretty fire suit actually. So after Miles accepts that gift, I accept this trophy. Sheesh, okay.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's actually a cool suit. I like that suit.
Brooklyn Visions is the best.
Brooklyn Pride.
gonna
Hell
miss
yeah.
this place.
Now, as Peter, there are 2 side missions that only he could do. The first one I'm going to focus on are EMF experiments. Now, I won't go into the acronym of EMF just because I think that would spoil the story just a bit. However, EMF experiments in and of themselves do not spoil the story, so don't worry. EMF experiments are meant to improve the environment around New York City, and so Pete is able to do this through a variety of different experiments. However, the bulk of these experiments include simulating a drone that's meant to keep the bee population rising by shooting fake bee wolves and rats. And the other bulk has to deal with gene splicing of plants to either change their attributes or make them stronger. So after we complete the main ones, a new one pops up, and for this one we actually have to gene splice a plant with no prerequisite attribute. So we basically have to make it from scratch. And this took me a lot longer than I would like to admit. I was really annoyed because I'm very competitive when it comes to like puzzles or using my brain in this kind of way. But finally, we were able to make that plant, get that gene spliced, and we even got a trash ass suit for it, but this trophy makes up for it right here. Foundational. The suit's trash, but this trophy, glad to have it. Now, the next side mission where you have to play as Peter is actually a pretty long one, but it's actually really fun. Not only does it have a callback to the first Spider-Man game by Insomniac, but it also sets up a potential bag for either a DLC or a potential Spider-Man 3 game. The mission in question starts whenever a firefighter gives Peter a call asking for assistance with a burning building. Now, inside this burning building, we were able to save some civilians, but also we learned that there are more people inside the building, and the fire was not started by natural causes. It was started by them. These people turn out to be a bunch of cult members for a cult called The Flame. And just like the name, they are obsessed with flame and burning things. So we decided to take them down and try to fix up whatever fires they had caused, but we're not the only ones there. Turns out there's a woman there by the name of Wraith.
Get over here!
But we also find out this is Yuri, the cop from the first Spider-Man game. If you haven't played the DLC, essentially she got kicked off the force due to some run-ins with Tombstone, and yeah, she seems like she's doing well, but she's no Spider-Man. She has no hesitancy to let them die. But Peter saves them, and we're able to learn more about what's going on with Wraith, aka Yuri, and Yuri relays that she's been watching this cult for a while now. So Peter begrudgingly decides to assist Yuri find out more about what's going on with the Flame. As we learn more about the Flame, we find out the leader is in New York City as well, and turns out that Yuri has a personal vendetta against him. Peter and Yuri decide that they're going to go to the mansion that he is staying in, but Yuri decides to leave Peter behind and get there before Peter and her meet up, and turns out it was basically kind of like a trap. She is fighting the cult leader, and she's about to kill him. She is willing to kill him, but Peter's like, no, we can't do that. So we end up fighting her, and yeah, she's more powerful than she looks, or has more agility than she looks. So I got folded the first time, but I came back with a vengeance, and we take her down. But this isn't the last time we see him. The next time we see him, they're actually putting down a bunch of bombs, and they're trying to start what they call is like the ritual, and we're able to stop them, but not without a cost. The cost is that it was basically a distraction, and they're taking down an Oscorp train. Now, why is this important? It turns out that the Oscorp train is carrying something very, very dangerous, and we figure out who this finally is. And we get Crimson Hour.
Guess you're gonna have to make up a new prophecy.
Before you and I met, one of my embers told me about his work at Oscorp and this treatment that they had discovered. Who cares, right? A fancy suit that can make you big and strong is just another case of the unworthy trying to cheat death and play God. That's what I thought too. But when devils attack the city, like I prophesied, and Oscorp sent out some of this treatment for safekeeping. I knew it was meant for me.
That's what all this was for.
And when the crimson hour rolls over this earth, it shall bring truth, judgment, and carnage.
Ah, there it is. Crimson Hour.
Wanted that train derailed.
It's pretty long one,
So
but
we
it's
could get
actually
the
really cool. Now, the remaining side missions can actually be done by either Peter or Miles. In the first one, you basically have to complete all photo ops. You just gotta take a bunch of different pictures and send them to Pete's old buddy, Robbie. And after you're done taking a bunch of pictures, you'll get New York, and a nice little collage.
Not bad.
New York, baby. Now, the next side mission is another collectible type of side mission, and for this one you actually have to collect a bunch of spider bots and figure out where they're coming from, because Pete and Miles did not make these spider bots. Only thing that sucks is this is basically the only side mission where there's no label to figure out where they're coming from. So the only way to see them is to basically ping your location, and they'll ping when you're close enough, but it doesn't show on the mini map or on your regular map. So that's the only thing that sucks. But the collection is basically a bunch of spider variations as well as fill-ins who are made into spider bots. It's a pretty cool collection, but once you collect all of them, you'll get coordinates to figure out where they come from, or at least more information. And I'll just let the cinematic speak for itself, because it's so freaking cool, man.
Genki, you seeing this?
Bro, what the hell is happening?
Look at this, a spider hero. We're all saved.
Hi.
No way!
Me? I'm just a bartender who does favors for people every now and then. And I've learned that rogue spider bots are dangerous and bad for business. Let me take those off your hands.
Hey, yo!
Thank you, Spider-Man. We can always count on you to do the right thing.
You're welcome.
And if Miguel comes looking for these,
Miguel!
tell him finders keepers.
Wait, who's Miguel?
Nah, that was fire. That was fire.
What the hell was that?
I wish I knew.
That's gas. That's what that was. Funky wireless protocol. Bro, that was hype, man. That was fire. Now the next one has to deal with a enemy-based type of side mission, and for this one, these are symbiote nests. Now the symbiote nests aren't too hard. The only one I had trouble with was the last one, and that's because there were 2 nests there, and the symbiotes try to stop you from basically exploding the nest. But once you complete all the symbiote nest locations, this trophy will pop up for you. Exterminator. Exterminate. Now the next one is another enemy-based type of side mission, and these are called hunter bases that essentially show more information about Kraven the Hunter and his team, but I won't go into too much detail. There are 4 locations. Once you take them down, you get this trophy for you.
At least his hunters have nowhere to hide now.
Seek and destroy. Now the next side mission is called Grains of Sand, and for this one we have to crack open a bunch of crystals to revive Sandman's memories. Now I won't go into too many details about why the memories are messed up, but all you need to know is this is satisfying as heck. Listen to this. And after we crack all of the crystals, we revive his memory to the best of his ability, as well as make a cool little statue, and he relays that he would like for us to give it to his daughter, and after we drop it off to his daughter, we get this trophy.
She's okay. Wish I could do more, though.
Grains of sand, baby. Now, while this next one is not as long as the Flame, this side mission also does pretty well in presenting a new potential baddie for a future DLC or a potential Spider-Man 3 game. Now, for this side mission in question, we have to collect a bunch of different data from these drones that shows a bunch of different targets that Kraven is hunting for. Now, the only issue is, once we collect this data, we learn that some of these people are already dead, as well as the DNA is shared amongst all of the targets. And once we get all the information we need, we're able to find a location of this target who shares the DNA of all these different targets, and we learn that it's the Chameleon's apartment. Now, there is another twist while in there, but I don't want to spoil that, so after we leave the apartment, we get this trophy right here.
Gotta keep an eye out in case he shows up again. Yuri is not gonna be happy about this.
Data collector. Now, you can actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone and grab 2 trophies for this next side mission, the side mission in question being the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app. Now, this app allows both the Spider Bros to be able to assist civilians around New York City, and there are 6 in total. You get 1 for completing all 6 missions, and 1 for completing 1 specific mission of the 6. Now, all 6 are pretty cool in their own right, but there were 2 that stuck out to me. The one associated with the trophy, and this other one where you had to assist someone finding their grandfather. And once you found him, it was emotional to me because he talks about his wife who had passed, and it just reminded me of my grandmother a lot. I lost her not too long ago, and yeah, it just really hit home for me. So it pulled at my strings, and I was damn near crying.
Spider-Man took good care of me. Had a nice chat about your grandma.
Oh, yeah? She used to love this spot, huh?
Damn.
I feel like I spent every weekend here
Fuck,
with
you
her,
know.
feeding the dog.
And the last mission I did that had a trophy associated with it is to help Howard. Now, Howard's chilling by the water and he talks to Spider-Man a bit and asks him to essentially show his pigeons the world and take them to a park where they can be free and just have fun. So we're like, all right, yeah, Howard will help you. Yeah, why not? So as Peter, I took the pigeons up to Astoria, dropped them off at a cool park, and made my way back to Howard to tell him the good news. However, although I got 2 trophies for this emotional scene, this is what happens right here.
Oh no. Howard?
Nah, brother. Nah.
Oh, hey, Spider-Man.
Hey, sorry. Friend of mine.
Take all the time you need. If it helps, it looked like he was at peace.
He was. He's finally on that adventure with his wife.
Damn, man.
Don't worry, Howard. The flock is free.
Damn. Damn. Those were some good fucking side missions, man. Damn. Now, after you complete all those amazing side missions, you'll get this trophy right here, and that's for 100% completion of all of the districts.
Even as simple.
Hell yeah! Now, after completing all of those side mission trophies, all that remains are the miscellaneous trophies, and there are 17 left before we get the platinum. Now, for the miscellaneous trophies, the first one is called Stylish. You have to equip a suit style, and suit styles are just different color schemes of suits available. There are 3 color schemes if a suit has suit styles available, and once you equip a suit style, you will get Stylish. I think Stylish, baby! Let's go. Now, another quick and easy one is called Home Run, and for this one, you guessed it, you have to run a home run at the bases of the Big Apple Baller Stadium, and this is on the bottom right of the map, but after you get that, you will get that trophy to pop up for you. Spider-Man, he has incredible strength. Let's see if that's enough to get him a home run. He rounds up the first base is passed. He rounds up the second base. Oh, he's got a close run, third base.
And Parker does it all with the home run bunt.
A
Never in all my
home
years
run.
have I seen one man accomplish so much by doing so little. What a season. What a season.
This next one took some trial and error, but this one is called Soar, and for this one you have to use only your web wings and glide basically all the way from the financial district to Astoria. However, you can use wind tunnels, you just cannot touch the ground or use your webs. So basically the easiest thing for me was jumping off a building in the financial district and just gliding around by the bridges where most of the wind tunnels were. And once you find a good wind tunnel path, you'll be able to make it to Astoria pretty easily, and you'll get that trophy to pop up for you. Sheesh! Soar! Nice! Now for this next miscellaneous trophy, I actually got this during the story, but there's no spoilers here. However, for this one, you have to stealth take down 25 enemies in stealth from a web line. Now web lines just basically allow you a new vantage point, and you can make as many as you need. And as you'll see here, basically the room is covered in web lines from me. So I was able to knock down all 25 enemies in this location actually, and once I did, I got this trophy to pop up for us. Yes! Slackline, baby! Nice, 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 nice. Now you can actually get 2 miscellaneous trophies by using air tricks. Air tricks basically allow you to do cool moves while you're swinging around, and you'll get one called Hang 10, and that's for doing 30 air tricks in a row without touching the ground. And I was able to find a cool train track area, so I just did it there, nice open space. But once you get 30 air tricks in a row, you'll get that trophy to pop up for you. Hang 10, dude. Hell yes, baby. And then the other one is called Splat. You basically have to fail to land because you're doing a trick in the air. So once you crash in the ground, you'll get that Splat trophy to pop up for you. Splat! Now the next 4 miscellaneous trophies have to deal with abilities of the Spider Bros, and 2 of them for Miles, 2 of them for Peter. Now the first 2, like I said, I got during the story, and they're both for Miles. The first one is called Overdrive, and as Miles you have to use a move called Reverse Flux, and if you pull 6 or more enemies together simultaneously, you'll get Overdrive to pop up for you.
You decided your problem.
Overdrive! Let's go, baby! And the other Miles one is called Evolved, and you have to defeat 100 enemies with your evolved Venom abilities, which are just abilities that you'll get during the story. But once you defeat 100 enemies, this trophy will pop up for you. Evolved.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Now for those who may have skipped to the timestamp, these next 2 trophies have to deal with Spider-Man's abilities, specifically for Peter, and you get one called Surge. You basically have to use symbiote abilities 25 times during symbiote Surge, which is just a bar that's filled and you have to click both the analog sticks, but once you do, that trophy will pop up for you.
This room. Let's hope there's more here than that screensaver.
Surge! I don't know what that's for, bro. And then the other one is called Armed and Dangerous. You basically have to defeat 100 enemies with his spider arm abilities, and then that trophy will pop up for you as well.
It's like a coward.
Armed and Dangerous! Ah! He's an animal! Now I am going to speed run through some of them just because you'll get these automatically if you go for the platinum, but one you'll get is for reaching max level, which is level 60, another for collecting a total of 10,000 tech parts, one for purchasing all gadget upgrades, and then another for purchasing all of Spider-Man's suit tech upgrades. Now the next 2 require both Spider Bros to reminisce about those who have passed away. You'll get one for playing as Miles and visiting the church where you dropped off the science trophy that him and Finn had won, and Miles will talk to Finn.
Doing my best, Finn. Trying to make a city we both be proud of.
Just let go. Hard to let go though. But that's another trophy. So I'll not let go of that, baby! And another you'll get as Peter, and you go to visit Aunt May's grave.
Parker Luck's back with a vengeance.
Damn. This game's emotional, man. But hell yeah, I'll take that trophy. Now the last miscellaneous trophy is super easy to get. It's just called Kitted Out, and that's for purchasing all available suits. But I made this one the last one because I wanted to wait to get the Spider-Man 3 black suit and make that the last trophy, because this suit is just an absolute banger, man. I love this suit, super fun to play in. And yeah, after we get that trophy, we get the freaking platinum, y'all. Oh man, I've been wanting to use the suit the whole time, but I wanted to save it till the end because this is just beautiful. Like, it's just from one of my favorite childhood movies. So let's get this freaking platinum and this beautiful freaking suit, man. Yeah, get it out. All right. And dedicated, boy. Good riddance. You want forgiveness? Get religion. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. And just like that, y'all, we have the freaking platinum for Spider-Man 2. And Insomniac killed it again, man. This game is amazing. I had an absolute freaking blast. And the platinum was fun. The story was amazing. The side missions were emotional as well. And even the miscellaneous trophies were pretty fun to get to. So absolutely a blast. And it took me, I would say, around 35 to 37 hours. It's gonna show 37, but I definitely took some breaks. And you can probably get it done faster if you're knocking out districts in its entirety, rather than just doing the entirety of a side mission. I just did that for editing purposes. But yeah, absolutely a great game. I highly recommend this platinum. I highly recommend just playing the game in general. You have to play the game. It's so good. But I can't even end the video here. I also have to say huge thanks to all the support on my MKX vid that came out before this one. I was not expecting it to jump like that, and I'm so grateful. I started off with, I think, like 24 subscribers, and I was rocking with them. I was happy, you know. I was just pushing videos out because, you know, I like doing this. And the fact that it's over, I think, 14,500 views right now. I'm up to over 200 subs right now. It's just insane to think. And that video's only been out, I think, 3 weeks when this vid comes out. So just thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all, and it made me super emotional a bunch of times. Every milestone, I was like, oh, it hit 1,000. Oh, it hit 2,000. Now it's at 14,500. I have so many emotions just thinking about it. So thank y'all so much. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all are enjoying the content. If y'all enjoy, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.